Bernardo stared at his phone screen, his finger stopping on one Instagram account. Tiffany, that name had resurfaced in his life, as if the universe was deliberately guiding him. Tiffany was a young, beautiful, and confident woman. Her smile in every photo, the light-hearted captions she wrote, and her seemingly happy life made Bernardo's chest tighten with something he couldn't quite explain. He never missed any of her posts. He liked every photo silently, in secret. Even though he was just a shadow behind the screen, he felt the need to know how Tiffany was doing. Because somehow, there was something about this girl he just couldn't ignore. Tiffany was now in her final semester, studying hospitality at a prestigious private university. She was known as an independent, diligent student with a strong passion for learning. Amidst her busy life, she held on to a curiosity that had never been answered. A longing to understand who she truly was, about roots she had never seen. She never had many clues, as if her past was hidden behind a fog. But the hope to understand more about herself, the history that shaped her, quietly stayed alive within her. When Bernardo found out Tiffany was studying hospitality, he quietly steered his own life in the same direction. He searched for jobs in the hospitality industry, hoping that one day he could meet Tiffany not just as a silent admirer, but as someone who could truly become a part of her life. He was accepted as a manager at a 5-star hotel restaurant. He worked hard, built his career. All of it not just for himself, but for a deeper reason. Final exams arrived. Tiffany posted a story. Looking for internship opportunities at a hotel. Anyone can help. Bernardo immediately saw the opportunity. Gathering his courage, he messaged her via DM. I work at Hotel X. We're accepting interns. If you're interested, I can help. Their conversation started light. Tiffany responded enthusiastically. It didn't take long before she was accepted as an intern at the hotel where Bernardo worked. Her internship days passed pleasantly. Bernardo was always there for Tiffany, placing her in a comfortable department, helping her with her internship reports, even covering her absences when she was sick to keep her record clean. Tiffany felt lucky to have a mentor like Bernardo. They started having dinner after work, laughing amidst the work pressure, and walking home together. To Tiffany, this all felt like the beginning of a relationship. She began to like Bernardo, quietly, hopefully. But days passed, and Bernardo stayed the same. Close, but never more. Bernardo sensed Tiffany's feelings, and it made him anxious. He too began to feel the warmth of her attention, the comfort that made him want to stay close. But he always felt there was a boundary he couldn't cross. Still, how could he pull away when his heart only wanted to protect Tiffany more than anyone else? That night, Tiffany looked at Bernardo hesitantly. In a small cafe, with 2 cups of coffee growing cold, she spoke softly. Bernardo, if I told you I liked you, would you be mad? Bernardo nearly choked. What? You like me? Gosh, must be the effect of seeing me during early shifts before I've even washed my face. Tiffany chuckled, but her gaze didn't waver. I'm serious, she said. Bernardo joked, if you're serious, I'll give you an answer next week after payday. Tiffany rolled her eyes, still joking. Just trying to lighten the mood, he said quickly. You just finished your internship. Don't jump into a love drama. People might think this is a soap opera. Behind the laughter, there was unease he couldn't hide. Tiffany could only watch in silence. Bernardo wasn't ready, or maybe he never intended to be. A few days later, Bernardo asked Tiffany to meet. That evening felt different. He seemed calmer, but also more serious. Tiff, you know, sometimes people hide things not because they want to lie, but because they don't know how to say it. Tiffany frowned. What do you mean? He couldn't pretend any longer. I'm your biological brother, he said, showing her a photo of a little boy hugging a toddler girl in their mother's lap. I remember our last day together. You were 2 years old. Our parents gave you up because they had no choice. I was still a kid, but I remember everything. Tiffany trembled. All this time, I only knew I was adopted. I asked my adoptive parents, but they didn't know where my biological parents were. They lost track, said everyone had moved around too much. I know, and I never intended to expose this. I just wanted to be close, but I never expected you would fall for me, and I couldn't keep lying. Tiffany held back tears. So all of this was because you're my brother? Bernardo nodded. Because you're my sister, and I love you, but not in the way you thought. He took a deep breath. At first I only followed your Instagram. I didn't know how to begin, so I just watched. Liked your photos, followed your activities. That was the only way I could know you were okay. I thought just observing from afar would be enough. But I couldn't take it anymore. I wanted to know you and be a part of your life, even if you didn't know who I really was. Tiffany looked at him for a long time. The tears finally fell. A few days later, Tiffany talked to her adoptive father and told him everything. "I want to meet my birth parents. Not because I'm ready, but because I want to know. I want to understand." Her adoptive parents agreed. Bernardo picked them up and brought them to a small house on the outskirts of town. There, an old woman opened the door. "Tiffany? Oh my God, you've grown so much." Without a word, Tiffany hugged her. Then came a man, walking slowly. Tears couldn't be held back. "I don't know what to say," he whispered, "but I'm here, to know, to understand." Tiffany went back to her daily life. Now, with a fuller heart, she remained close to Bernardo, building a warm sibling relationship. Her bond with her birth parents began to grow, not rushed, but real, and her adoptive parents remained a vital part of her life. One afternoon, she wrote in her notebook, "I don't regret anything. This journey has led me to find myself and a family in a form I never expected but truly needed." Now she knew, home. Home is the heart that loves us, no matter where we come from.